Some people call it the hidden job market, but a lot of these jobs aren't advertised. How to find those jobs. A few things that one needs to do. Hey everyone, welcome to Espresso. I wanted to share some job search strategy tips for 2025. So firstly, young folks, we speak to a lot of young people that are entering the workforce, or they've been in the workforce for a few years. A lot aren't really sure what it is they want to do. Some, they feel like they need to know what they want to do for the rest of their lives right off the bat. It's too early. If I think about my own journey, I hadn't no real idea. I did chemistry at university, didn't want to do science, set up my own business selling clothes, worked for factories in Turkey making clothes, then went into recruiting, set up my own business at 29. If you're early on, your early 20s, mid 20s, it's fine to try stuff. You don't have to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Most other jobs, you can try stuff and you can go into it and you can develop and you collect experiences and things like that. And there's a lot of value in trying stuff. You learn a lot more from your early bosses than you do from the job itself. Because, you enter the workforce and it's completely different to education. When you're early on, try stuff. Don't get too anxious with wanting to deciding what you want to do for your whole life. A lot of people have 3 careers in their lives. If you're midway through career now and it's time you got your first leadership role, it's a whole different ballgame now. Suddenly when you get into leadership roles, some people call it the hidden job market, but a lot of these jobs aren't advertised. And if you're working, and if it's with a search firm such as ours, we're advertising 0 of the searches that we work on. So you have to be found by us, or you have to know us. How to find those jobs. A few things that one needs to do. Networking, massive. Be really good at networking. Stay in touch with old colleagues, old friends. A lot of people I speak with, they might get a job from an old colleague, their boss has moved and taken them with them. Be good at networking. Not just when you need something, but just good at networking, full stop. And build a community of people around you. Long term, it's huge value. Second, LinkedIn is massive. Number 1, make sure your LinkedIn profile is on point. Make sure that your LinkedIn profile can be found by whichever AI sourcing tool is scouring LinkedIn to find names of people. Make sure you come up in searches, right? So just make sure all of that, keywords, your profile, all of that is on point. So make sure you're doing those things. And they're the things that often set you apart. Because if you're doing the networking, both with professional, with your ex-colleagues, clients, stuff like that, and headhunters, you start to build your profile and your brand and stuff like that. You've got your LinkedIn profile on point. And then final bit, right, which is cuts across all of this stuff, is personal branding. If you do a good job at building your personal brand, it builds leverage. You'll get more people contacting you about job opportunities, about wanting to have a coffee with you. I just talked about networking. A big part of networking is maybe reaching out to people in your industry that are kind of high profile, that are contributing to the conversation that you want to chat about. You want to be that person, don't you? You want to be the person that everyone wants to chat with. And you can position yourself on LinkedIn and other platforms if you contribute and if you generate content and things like that. But a few things that one can do if you're not even kicked off yet is 5 minutes a day, grab a coffee, jump on LinkedIn. Really good one to start with if we're talking about professional networking. Go and 5 people's posts in your network, in your sector, in your space. Drop 5 comments, great post, thanks for sharing. Go connect with 5 people in your industry that you don't know. And you could go and drop 5 people a little DM. You might know them already, you might not. But just to network. Be hey, we're in the same space. We both work in exec search, both work in insurance, whatever. Love to chat, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, little coffee. I mean, everyone's half an hour for a coffee. Because also people want to do that because they want to meet you too. So if you do those things, you give yourself a really good opportunity to find jobs and opportunities. And if I connect the first 2 things, so even if you're entering the workforce, these things I've just mentioned still hold true for you too. Build your profile, network with people in the space that you're operating in. You could go even a bit broader, because the one thing I'd add is you might want to go, find people that are doing the job that you want to do, see if they will be your mentor, build a personal board of directors of people around you, things like that. So these are some things that you can do to put yourself in a position to find opportunities, job opportunities. And if you do those things, you'll give yourself a good chance.